Looking expensive in fall is not about price, it's about proof. Proof that your clothes were chosen, not accumulated. Proof that fabric, fit and finish were considered as carefully as a sentence. This season, elegance isn't loud, it's edited. It's the confidence to speak softly because the work is already done. Let's build that feeling from the inside out. Begin with palette. Autumn is the most forgiving color story on earth, so narrow it. Expensive reads as intentional, and intention reads as limited range. Choose a mineral base, ink, charcoal, bitter chocolate, stone, camel, and let one note of warmth or dusk cut through it. Oxblood, forest, tobacco, midnight teal. Monochrome is a shortcut, but near monochrome is richer. Charcoal with pewter, camel with bone, espresso with black. Avoid the neon apology. When color appears, it should feel like it belongs to the fabric, not printed on top of it. If it looks better in shade than in sun, it belongs in fall. Silhouette is the second language. The trick is gravity. Expensive clothes fall. They don't cling, choke, or argue. Coats skim the shin with a calm line and a little air between the body and the cloth. Jackets hover rather than grip. Trousers drop from the hip with a measured break. Skirts move like punctuation, an A-line that finishes a sentence, a column that lengthens a paragraph. Think clarity over tightness. Volume is present, but domesticated. One piece carries the architecture, the others comply. Fabric is where wealth whispers. Prioritize hand and weight. Flannel that polishes rather than pills. Wool gabardine with a dry drape. Double knit that behaves like soft scaffolding. Cashmere that recoils when you squeeze it and doesn't shed on your seatbelt. Leather that bends without creasing white. Suede that keeps its nap when brushed both ways. Ribbed knits with tension, not slouch. If a fabric reflects light like plastic, let it go. Matte is money. Luster, when present, should be the glint of a pearl, not a high beam. Tailoring makes everything believable. Ready to wear becomes private when it's altered. Hem to your shoe, not the store. Slim sleeves so a coat doesn't read like borrowed. Lift a shoulder pad half a centimetre and watch your posture change. Close a jacket's waist dart and your breath becomes visible. A good tailor is a fall essential. Elegance lives in millimetres. The goal is not tightness, but alignment. Seams tracking with bone, lapels lying flat, hems holding parallel with the earth. Hardware is a giveaway. Make it considered. Polished silver against charcoal, brushed brass with camel, gunmetal with black. Avoid anything that squeaks, scratches easily, or announces itself with a logo chorus. The most expensive-looking pieces have closures you can feel but not hear, zips that disappear, hooks that meet precisely, buttons that have weight. Replace plastic buttons with horn or mother of pearl, and watch a basic jacket develop authority. Layering separates novices from editors. Fall invites thickness, but thickness is not the point. Depth is. Start with a compact knit, add a soft-shouldered jacket, finish with a long coat. Keep necklines negotiating politely. Turtleneck meeting lapel, crew neck undershirt collar, V-neck tracing the line of a pendant. Let one edge extend beyond another with intent, a cuff under a sleeve, a hem just visible under a coat, a scarf end aligned with the placket. Avoid the bulk trap by mixing densities. Dense knit, airy shirt, structured coat. If your layers slide against each other like pages, you did it right. Footwear grounds the story. Expensive looks stable. Heels are proportioned to the shoe, not a dare. Flats are sharpened, not soft. Leather should hold form without looking lacquered. Soles belong to the season, stacked, welted, quietly serious. Clean edges, resolable construction, no collapsing counters. The shape that reads most refined this fall is the long almond, neither pointed aggression nor round nostalgia. And please, shoes that let you choose stairs over escalators. Grace doesn't wobble. Bags carry your edit. Scale matters. Choose a size that respects your frame and your day. For day, a structured medium with a quiet handle and a strap that doesn't carve. For evening, a small object with purpose, a hinge that closes with conviction, hardware that matches the rest of your metal. Stitching should be even and tight, corners should resist scuffing, the bag should stand on its own feet, literally or figuratively. If it collapses empty, it will collapse your look. Jewelry is punctuation. One sentence needs one full stop. If you wear gold, let it be warm and softly brushed. If silver, think cool and liquid. Choose forms that feel poured rather than assembled. Cuffs with thickness, hoops with weight, chains that lie rather than kink. Stones in fall look richest when they're opaque or smoked: onyx, pearl, tiger's eye, moonstone, labradorite. And align your metals with your hardware. Mismatched finishes read accidental, not eclectic. Grooming writes the subtext: hair with shape, not shellac. Skin with life, not theatre. A red lip in a blue, red or brick is the quickest way to raise the price of a sweater. A neutral nail, short and glossy, does more for a ring than any stone. Fragrance should sit close: resins, woods, tea, skin scents that warm under knitwear. Your perfume is the memory of your presence, not your proxy. Care is the quietest luxury. Steam, don't iron unless the cloth insists. Brush wool to lift life back into it. Depill knits before you need to. Condition leather before it cracks. Replace heel taps when they whisper. Store scarves flat so edges don't curl. Lint roll before you leave, not after you arrive. Carry a fabric shaver and a travel steamer the way others carry lip balm. Expensive is rarely new, it's maintained. Proportion is your instrument. If the coat lengthens, the trouser narrows. If the knit is plush, the skirt refines. If the shoulder grows, the hair comes off the collar. Your aim is equilibrium, not symmetry. Practice in a mirror with movement. Sit, reach, turn. Clothes that only look good at attention aren't expensive, they're insecure. Logos are not the enemy, laziness is. A visible mark can live in an expensive wardrobe when it's integrated. Tone on tone, scaled appropriately, treated as print, not passport. But the cleanest status marker is still anonymity. Let material, making and manner speak. Speaking of manner, posture and pace will raise the cost of everything you wear. Shoulders relaxed and back, chin parallel to the floor, hands free, no death grip on a bag. Move like your clothes don't control you, they accompany you. Elegance is a choreography you write. Editing a closet for fall 2025 means building systems. A long coat that converses with all your trousers. A jacket that welcomes both a silk scarf and a turtleneck. A trouser silhouette you can repeat in 2 fabrics. A knit shape you can buy again in 3 tones. Repetition is not boring, it's believable. The most expensive wardrobes are variations on a theme played well. Texture does the styling when colour stays quiet. Pair dry with soft, fuzzy with sleek, grain with gloss. Flannel against silk, suede against worsted, cashmere against crisp cotton, boucle against leather. When textures negotiate, the eye registers richness even in a single shade. In photographs and in low light, fall's natural habitat, texture is what reads. Belts act as architecture. A narrow, clean strap through a real buckle can turn ease into intention. Match leather to leather when possible. It looks edited. Avoid oversized buckles unless the rest of the look is monastic. A belt should draw a line, not steal the scene. Scarves are sculpture. Fine cashmere in lengths that allow tying once and letting the ends fall. Silk twills folded narrow to reveal just a line of color at the throat. Wool gauze that can be wrapped twice without bulk. Let the scarf echo a tone in your outfit rather than fight it. The elegant woman treats a scarf like lighting, not decoration. Hosiery returns as a refinement tool. Match sheers in near skin tones or in richest black ribbed tights that read like knit columns. Knee-highs under trousers to keep the line clean when seated. Avoid shine, avoid novelty. Hosiery is the bridge that keeps your look from breaking at the ankle. Inside your home, create a full ritual that protects your choices. A hook for tomorrow's coat so the shoulders rest. Cedar blocks that actually get replaced. A shallow tray for jewelry so you see what you own. A lint brush by the door. Elegance is not an event, it is a system of small mercies that prevent entropy. Mindset completes the picture. Looking expensive is not auditioning for wealth, it's communicating respect for yourself, for the garment, for the room you enter. That's why restraint reads luxurious. It says you trusted your eye enough to stop. Say no more often. No to the extra strap, the third trend, the unnecessary trim. Confidence is subtraction. If you're shopping now, use 3 questions. Does the fabric justify the silhouette? Does the silhouette justify the life I actually live? Will this improve with time? If the answers line up, the price becomes irrelevant across many winters. You are not collecting, you're composing. In the end, elegance in fall 2025 feels like coherence. Your wardrobe speaks in one voice, even when the pieces were found at different times and places. You step out and the city frames you. The long line of a coat, the quiet shine of a shoe, a scarf that moves when you turn your head, a bag that closes with a soft click only you hear. Nothing is urgent. Everything is considered. That is what expensive looks like, because it's what expensive feels like. And when you feel that way, people won't be able to tell whether your knit came from a hidden boutique or a perfect high street find altered to your bones. They'll only know that you looked inevitable. In a season built for ceremony, early darkness, cold air, warm rooms, inevitable is the most elegant thing you can be.